Time to get it cracking lacking. Time to get it popping. It's about that time, folks. Time for another episode of the Foolish Show live screen podcast. We're gonna set everything up and we're gonna get this party started. Shout out to everybody that's tuning in, watching on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. Y'all know how we get down. If this your first time, then you're gonna learn, you're gonna find out. We get on here, we have a good time. We talk about real life stuff. We talk that talk, walk that walk. Talking about real life stuff, man. That's how I go. Well, I hope y'all having a great week. Nothing but positive vibes. Good things going on in your life. Because life is too short for anything else. So we gotta live it to the fullest. But we have a great podcast tonight, y'all. Make sure y'all check me out every Friday night. You can check this podcast out every Friday night, 7 p.m. Eastern Time, live on 2 radio stations, thesocialradio.com and theblock105.com. Check me out every Friday night, y'all. Let me make sure we live streaming everywhere, and we're going to get this party started. Because y'all know how we do it. I'm going to feed your mind, body, and soul. Hold on 1 second. Let's get this other screen up. And we're going to get it popping. Remember, the live chat is always open, y'all. Don't be scared. Don't be scared to speak your mind and leave your comment. Join in on the conversation. Bree say, yay. I see you, Bree. But I feed your mind, body, and soul. Y'all come on in. We're going to have a good show tonight. Want everybody's opinion. Tonight, we're talking about what's your limit? What's your breaking point of you cutting somebody off? If you letting a friend go or letting a lover go, what's that breaking point? When have you reached your max? Is it when they start lying to you? When they steal from you? What does it take for you to cut somebody off? That's what we're talking about tonight, y'all. Because everybody don't have the same tolerance level. Some people can accept certain things, some people don't. It depends what you accept. Some people might give you 1 strike in the eye. Some people might go 1, 2, 3 strikes in the eye. It depends on who you're talking to. So what is y'all breaking point? If you had a friend that betrayed you, how many times will you allow that friend to cross you before you cut them off for good? Y'all talk to me. What is your breaking point? How far does a person have to push you for you to say, I'm not dealing with them no more? Even if it's in a relationship, is it the point when they start cheating, they start lying, or maybe they start abusing you? What is your breaking point? When you start being friends with somebody? What if you know somebody from elementary school, but as you got older, they got shady? They always crossed you and started backstabbing you, talking about you. Then you find out they were jealous of you. What do? Do you still be their friend, or do you cut them off? What is your cutoff point, everybody? How much can you deal with? How much can you tolerate? See, everybody has a breaking point. Some people it's a little bit. Some people can take a lot. Some people take a lot to really get to them. They'll deal with you to a certain extent. And then some people feed you with a long spoon. They'll say what's up to you, but that's about it. So everybody has a cutoff point. And the thing is, you can't be a fool all the time. If they fool you once, shame on you. Fool you twice, shame on me. You can't keep being somebody's fool. whether it's your friend, boyfriend, girlfriend, wife, husband. You can't continue to be somebody's joke. They take you for a joke. They take your feelings for a joke. Then how much do they really care about you? Is that truly your friend? Because it don't seem that they have your best interests at heart. So how much can you endure when dealing with somebody? What is your breaking point? Would you allow somebody to keep lying to you till you just build up all the evidence and then you say, hey, look, this is why I don't mess with you. And you just start laying it out. This is why I don't deal with you. Look, you did this, you said that, you did this. Do you let the stuff add up? Or do you address it right away? Say, hey, look here. I don't play that. I'm done. I ain't talking to you no more. We ain't interacting no more. We ain't got nothing to say to each other. When do you get to that point? Everybody has a breaking point. It just depends on what kind of person you're dealing with. Some people don't let things get to them like that or let people get under their skin. Some people have thin skin where the least little things is going to bother them. It's going to upset them. A lot of people don't know how to contain their emotions, and we'll let our emotions get the best of us. Everybody has that breaking point. How far will you let somebody push you? How far will you let somebody push your buttons? How long will you let somebody use you? You know, everybody ain't your friend. A lot of people will pretend and use you for what they need you for. And then they hop off the train. As soon as the train tracks start getting rocky, they're going to jump off. See, if they're going to stay solid, they got to be there through the good and the bad. That's how you find out if you got a true friend. If you got somebody that truly loves and supports you. They're going to ride with you through the good times and the bad. Because life ain't always going to be good. You're going to have to go through the storm to get to the sunshine. We all want the sunshine, but we don't want the rain. All that goes hand in hand when living life. You live life one day at a time and try to enjoy it while you're here. One day at a time, that's all we can do. But living life, we got to learn. Can't keep being a person's fool. How long are you going to allow somebody to use you? How long are they going to spit in your face? How long will you allow somebody to play with your feelings before you get to the point of cutting them off and don't have them nowhere around you in your life? Everybody's not meant to be there for the long ride. Everybody ain't meant to go to the top with you. Anna, I see you. Anna checking in on Kit. Y'all go ahead and check in, man. Spread the word. Make sure y'all share this live screen right now. What is your breaking point? That's the topic for tonight. How far does somebody have to push you for you to cut them off? For you not to deal with them anymore? What is your breaking point? How much are you willing to take from somebody? How many times you going to let somebody use you? Anna says, where you from? Fort Lauderdale, Florida, Anna. This is the Foolish Show podcast. I feed your mind, body, and soul. Everybody has a breaking point. You're going to get to that point where you're going to say, I ain't taking this no more. Enough is enough. I'm not going to continue to be your fool. Whether it's a friend or a lover. Do y'all understand? How much are you willing to take? How much are you willing to deal with? When it comes down to your happiness, your household, how much you going to let people play with you? How much it's going to take for you to say enough is enough? I can't vibe with you no more. You might have had a friend that you knew for a while, but this friend just keeps showing their hand. This friend keeps showing you they really ain't for you. This same friend they'll try to sleep with your folks. This same friend that went around and did something behind your back. That same friend is talking and spreading all your business. So how long are you going to call that your friend? How long is that your homie? Is that your homegirl, your homeboy? How long y'all willing to deal with somebody before you pull them scissors out and cut them off? Because I know everybody has a breaking point. You got to get to a point where you get fed up and say, hey, I ain't taking this. You ain't going to try me like this. You can't let everybody just play with you. You got to demand your respect in a certain kind of way. Don't let people keep playing with your top, as the youngins say. But I'm not telling you to go hurt nobody. You just cut them off. I ain't say go kill them. I ain't say go shoot nobody. You cut them off. You really hurt a person, you stay away from them. They're going to be over there like, man, why such and such don't talk to me no more? Man, such and such won't even answer the phone to me no more. They're supposed to be my dog. They're going to know something is fishy because that communication don't cut off. See, I'm not going to waste my time arguing and going back and forth and all this. I just cut you off. Life is too short for all that nonsense. I ain't going to keep getting in a verbal altercation with you. I'm just going to cut you off. What is that cutoff point for y'all? How long will you let somebody play with you? How long will you take somebody's disrespect? Because everybody has a breaking point, folks. Everybody reach that point where you get fed up, where you say, I don't want to do this no more. I ain't finna be no fool. This ain't gonna work. Sorry. Do y'all understand? Just think about all the people that you deal with. All the people that you thought was your friend. All the people that you thought was hooking you up with something and they were scamming you. How long did it take for you to stop dealing with that person? Person say, I got the hookup, man. I can give you this for the low. And every time you go buy from it, there was something wrong with it. You ain't get what you paid for. How many times you going to keep going back to that same person? That's what I want to know. How many times will you go back to somebody that's keep using, abusing you? Don't respect your feelings at all. Stab you in the back like it ain't nothing. How many times will you deal with that before you say this is enough? I ain't taking this no more. Whether you got to put them on block and just don't answer the phone no more. Not even go around. You might not even want to be on the same street as it. Whatever you have to do to cut that bad seed away, you got to do what you got to do. And you got to do what's best for you in your life. Because you don't want to have no bad seeds around you. Negative energy will suck the life out of you. Have people around you that's going to show love and support. Always encourage you. Not put you down and talk about you. That ain't no friend. That's a fake friend. A fake friend gonna tell all your business and stab you in the back. They ain't really riding for you. You gotta know who is for you and who is not for you. Everybody ain't for you. Everybody's not your friend. Everybody don't have your back to the end. Everybody's not gonna be there when times get rough. Everybody ain't gonna be there if you go broke. Everybody ain't gonna be there if your stomach is growling. Everybody ain't gonna be there once you get your kids and they're hungry. Everybody ain't gonna be there when you got them bills to be paid. So remember, You gotta live your, put you first. Everybody else gonna live their life. You gotta live yours. Point. How much can you endure of somebody taking advantage of you, manipulating you, making you look like a fool, a dummy, thinking you ain't got good sense, like you was born yesterday? How long you gonna date a person that's gonna play with your heart? How long you gonna date a person that's gonna keep a lie? How long you gonna date a person that's using you, taking from you? Every time it's always give me this, give me that. You gonna sit before you get up and walk away. How much does it take for you to walk away? What's your breaking point? Everybody gets where you feel like I ain't doing this, whether it's with a lover or a friend somewhere. Could be with a coworker. You couldn't scrape with a coworker. Did a coworker, they rubbed you the wrong way? You say, I ain't vibing with them no more. I might throw my head and say what's up to you. But it ain't all this no more. Ain't no hanging out outside work. They might have changed all that. You might have seen their true colors. That's how you got to be careful who you call a friend until you really see their true colors. You got to know what a person built on, what their heart stands for. Are they solid or not? Y'all just tuning in. We live right now on Facebook, Kick, and YouTube. Live chat is always open. Leave your comments. Interact. That's what it's all about. But ain't nothing wrong with living your life. But don't be nobody's fool. Don't let nobody keep making you look crazy, leaving you hanging all the time. You always there for them. But when you need them, they ain't there for you. I always say, the love you give, it never really come back. No matter how much you give, that same love really never comes back. Because a lot of people like to receive. Everybody don't like to give. Everybody will give me. I won't let me get my blessings. But they ain't trying to share and help nobody else's blessings. That's called selfish. I don't believe in being selfish. You got to always give to receive. Somebody out, that person can help somebody out. And think about how the cycle just keep on moving. Everybody helping each other. What's wrong with that? I don't see nothing wrong with it. That's the cycle that needs to spread. Something need to go viral. Make that go viral. Everybody helping each other out. Why we can't make stuff like that go viral? It always got to be some wild nonsense. Somebody crashing out. I don't get a lot of things this world is set up on. The internet will have you brainwashed and it'll manipulate your mind. You don't really see the bigger picture. You just seeing the stuff that's coming and popping on your phone or your tablet or your TV. Make sure you have your own mind. Don't be controlled like a robot just because you see all this stuff on the internet. Everybody wants a certain lifestyle and act a certain way because that's all they see. It's monkey see, monkey do. One person do it, I'ma do it. Don't be afraid. Create your own lane and live your own life. You got to be like everybody else. Ain't nothing wrong with being you. That's being unique. That's being original. You not being like nobody else. That's being original. Nothing wrong with that. But what is your breaking point? How much you will let somebody play with you? Play with your feelings. Play with your respect. How long you would put up with somebody's nonsense before you say, I ain't dealing with you no more? Whether it was a friend that you knew for years, but they keep doing stuff behind your back, or you keep hearing rumors, or you keep hearing all this stuff that they saying about you. Think about it. What is your breaking point? When do you get to a point where you say, I'm not dealing with this no more, and I'm not dealing with this person anymore? I will not let this person play with me no more. When do you put your foot down? Shout out to Fizz. I see you back checking in. Fizz says body cam footage proves stupid people get arrested. Intelligent people get arrested without additional charges and felonies. I hear you, Fizz. But what is your breaking point? That's what we talk about tonight. How much can you endure before you cut somebody off? Before you stop dealing with them? How many times they have to stab you in the back? Do they have to really do something dramatic? Or it take one time for them to do something you don't like and you out of there? Because different people varies. Fizz says sometimes you have to cut people off. I absolutely agree. Especially if they toxic. You don't want no toxic people in your life. They're going to suck the life out of you. All that negative energy, it don't help nothing. Fizz says, and if you don't even have to hate them to cut them off. That's real. And Fizz just made a great point. Let's touch on that. Because you know when you cut somebody off and you don't really talk to them, they be like, man, I think they hate me. You don't talk to them. No, I don't hate you. I just don't associate with you like that. We just ain't tight like that no more like that. I don't wish no harm on you. See, a lot of people think that somebody stop talking to you, that they're your enemy. I ain't your enemy. I'm just not your best friend. We just ain't homies like that. But I don't wish no harm upon you. Everybody take it as somebody want something bad to happen to them or they hate them because they don't deal with them. They might just don't deal with you for a reason. That don't mean they want something to happen to you. You think everybody that don't talk to you want something to happen to you? Fizz says the opposite of love is not hate. The opposite of love or hate is indifference. I hear you, Fizz. Fizz also says, I'm just not going to let myself get sucked into a whirlpool of drama. So that's what it's all about. When you start bringing a whole bunch of nonsense around me, I got to cut you off. Because you can't interfere in my happiness. I can't let you steal my joy. When you start bringing too much negativity, I got to cut you off. Ain't nothing personal. But I got to keep my peace and have my peace of mind. So don't take it for the long ride with you. Because you don't show me your true cards. I don't saw you your hand. Now I done seen the hand that's dealt. I gotta play the game accordingly. Do y'all understand? That's how that goes. But what is y'all breaking point? That's the topic for tonight. How much can you take before you cut somebody off? Before you say, that ain't my friend no more. That ain't my woman no more. That ain't my man no more. What do they have to do to get you to that point? Fizz says some people can come back from indifference. Of course. Listen, as long as you living, anybody can change. Everybody don't have to stay the same. As long as you living, you control your life. For the most part. Fizz says catching them in a lie. Catching them stealing from me. See, that's the stuff I'm talking about. Does it take somebody stealing from you to say, you know what? Okay, that's it. We done. I'm out. Don't hit me up no more. Stay away from me. God bless you. But I'm out. That's what I'm saying. Is that breaking point. Everybody has that breaking point. You don't have a friend where you just say, you know what? I know this person for 10 years, 5 years, but they keep showing me who they really is. So I don't care how long you know me. I gotta go. Fizz says damaging. Hold on, Fizz. You're going so fast with your comments. Damaging me, my property, or someone else because they can't control their emotions. So these are all great points that will make you cut people off. Fizz says those are all his lines of his breaking points. When you cross all them lines, he ain't dealing with you no more. It's a wrap. So that's what I'm saying, because I know everybody got a breaking point. You can't continue to be somebody's fool. I'm not going to be no joke. You ain't going to keep laughing at me. I got to keep it moving on down the road. It got to come a point where you got to wake up. You got to wake up and see what people is doing to you. What they bringing in your life. And it's probably nothing positive. They don't mean you no good. They don't mean you no good while you still around. If you know they're really jealous of you, why you still hanging with them? If you know they don't really like you, why you still kicking it with them? Why you still kicking it with somebody you know don't like you? Why you want that negative energy around you? That's something you don't really want to deal with if you can help. You don't want no negative energy around you. When you try to live your life and enjoy your life, to get caught up in all the riff-raff and all the drama. When you're trying to enjoy and live your life, it got to come a point where you got to cut that negativity off. And if you know them people bringing negativity, you got to remove it. Fizz says you get back what you put out. Whatever energy you put in the universe, it sure will come back, Fizz. What goes around comes around. That's a true statement. Even the Bible tell you, you will reap what you sow. Whatever energy you put out, just be ready for it to come back to your front door. The same way you treat people, other people are going to treat you the same way. Great points made tonight by Fizz. You try and intimidate people, talk, best to believe you're going to deal with people that are bigger than you, stronger than you, and smarter than you. That's real life right there, Fizz. Because everybody think they the big bad wolf, but there's always somebody crazier and bigger. There's always somebody that's on the edge way further than you. So Fizz is making some great points tonight once again in the live chat. Y'all make sure y'all hit that thumbs up button if you're watching on YouTube. The YouTube channel is Reality Music Entertainment if you ain't already subscribed. But this is the Foolish Show podcast, y'all. I feed your mind, body, and soul. We don't just be here to gossip. We just talk about real life. And everybody done dealt with people that at once upon a time was in your life, but you had to cut them off. For some reason or another, you had to stop dealing with these folks because they ain't mean you no good. They weren't bringing nothing positive your way. So all the negativity you should remove out of your life. You should not want that around you. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? What's the YT again? Reality Music Entertainment is the YouTube channel. Reality Music Entertainment. Y'all make sure y'all spread that word. Go subscribe to that channel. Give you real dope content. And I got a lot of more dope things coming y'all way. Just stay tuned. But what is y'all breaking point? How much can you take? How much can you endure? How much will you allow a person to keep stepping on you? Fizz, I see you. What is your breaking point, folks? How much you gonna allow somebody to keep playing with your mind, your emotions? You might have dated somebody for years, but they still ain't never treat you right. They still don't love you right. You still ain't happy. How long you gonna stay? How long it's gonna take for you to pull those scissors out? Fizz says cheating is another thing. So Fizz, as soon as the woman cheat, you cut off? Or do you give her 1 or 2 chances? How many chances do you give her? Or as soon as you catch her cheating, that's it. You cutting off. See, some people just say, that's it. I ain't got nothing else to say to you. Some people kiss and make up. So it all depends on who you talking about. The 0. Done. Fizz says done. 0. See, some people have 0 tolerance for certain things. Once you hit that point, you cross that line, they done with you. Some people ain't gonna play with it, which I respect, because you standing on business. You standing on what you believe. Because everybody got a breaking point. Everybody come to a point where you get fed up. As they say, you keep poking the bear, you gonna get attacked. You back a dog in the corner, you gonna get attacked. So it's only a matter of time before somebody lash out. Fizz says you can't respect a man that doesn't stand for his beliefs. I agree. That's why I stand firm on everything I say and what I believe. I have morals and principles that I live by. A lot of people don't. A lot of people just living. They don't stand for nothing, so they'll fall for anything. You got to have some kind of morals that you live by that's going to keep your head straight. And nothing can take that away. No money, no fame, nothing should compromise your morals and your principles. That's what you call standing on business, not being a sellout. See, I never sell out for nothing. I'll always be me. And everybody out there should be themselves. Never be afraid to live your life and be happy. Everybody can give you all this advice, but at the same time, their life ain't got it going on. They have problems. They ain't happy. They having problems in their relationship. So how they gonna tell you about yours? They fighting every night with their husband or their wife. How they gonna tell you about your marriage? They ain't even got theirs fixed. They ain't even got theirs right. So how they gonna tell you? Fizz says no matter where you go, there you are. Or if you prefer Shakespeare version, out damn spot. But think about it, y'all. So before you listen to everybody, make sure they got their life in order. Everybody give you all this advice and they ain't happy. And some people just hating on your situation. When they see you happy, they would do anything to rain on your parade. See, everybody ain't gonna pat you on the back and give you a round of applause and all that. Some people gonna get that knife and they gonna stab you. Everybody is not to be trusted because everybody ain't your friend. Everybody don't have your back. Fizz says, meaning you can't run from yourself. You're the one that makes those choices and you have to live with them. That's a true statement, Fizz. As the old folks used to say, you make the bed, you have to lay in it. So you got to deal with the consequences of your life. Whatever actions you take, remember every action has a reaction and it has an outcome. You got to be willing to take the outcome of your actions. Do y'all understand what we're talking about? But what is your breaking point? What does it take for you to get fed up and say, I'm not dealing with this person no more? Do they have to lie to you a whole bunch of times? Do you have to catch them doing something in your house? Do you have to find out they trying to sleep with your wife or your husband? Then you say, that's it. I ain't dealing with them more. How far does it have to go for you to say, hey, you got to get away from me? I ain't dealing with you no more. We ain't got nothing else to talk about. Matter of fact, I don't even want to be around you. How much does it take for you to get to that point? How far does a person have to keep pushing and pushing and pushing and pushing? But to open your eyes and make you realize that they ain't no good. They ain't no real good friend. How long are you going to walk around blind and letting people use you like a doormat, keep stepping on you? Once they see it sweet, they going to keep drinking. I'm going to say it again. Once they see it sweet, they going to keep drinking. So they're going to keep playing with you until you stand on business. It got to come a point where you got to cut people off. You got to cut all the bad seeds out your life. And it might be the person that you so-called in relationship with. Love got you blind that you don't even see that this person is your enemy. They really don't even have your back. They don't even like you like that. A lot of times they just there for what they can get. They might want your money. They might just want to lay in your house. They might just want to ride in your nice car. They might like you because you got a business. You got to find out who you really dealing with. And everybody cannot go the rest of your life on your journey. Some people going to fall off the train because everybody ain't real. Everybody ain't solid. Everybody ain't got your back to the end. They ain't going to ride it all the way to the door with you. So what's your breaking point? How long will you allow somebody to play with you? Keep trying you, playing you for a fool. Don't care nothing about your feelings. Everything you tell them, they tell all your business. Every time you look around, they trying to do something behind your back to hurt you. How long are you going to keep interacting with that person? What is it going to take for you to pull your scissors out and cut them off? It got to come a point in time where you got to take all the toxic stuff and remove it out your life. If you want to prosper and grow, how you going to elevate when you got all this negative energy? Every time you try to go up, that negative energy going to keep pulling you down just like this. You ain't going to be able to go up. You ain't going to get nowhere. Because misery loves company. So if they ain't got nothing going on in their life, why do you think they want to see you rise up? They're going to keep pulling your ankles to make sure you'll climb that ladder. That's how life goes. Don't be no fool. Understand, it got to come a point in time in life where you got to cut certain people off. It could even be family members. You can't always pick your blood. You can't pick your blood, period. Not always. You born, whatever family you born in, you born in. All family ain't good. A lot of family members done killed each other. Still. And did everything else to each other. So even your blood can cross the line. You might have had co-workers. You might have had people you known since you was a kid. When y'all got older, you just couldn't vibe no more. Y'all grew apart. Y'all ain't on the same mind frame no more. Everybody had to go their separate ways. And sometimes that's how life is. Everybody's journey ain't the same. Wherever your road gonna take you, it's gonna take you. Where that world gonna take him and her, it's gonna take them. Nobody has the same life. Nobody has the same outcome. Only same outcome we have is we all gonna die. That's the only thing I can guarantee. You ain't gonna live forever. But you got your own life to live. So how long are you going to put up with somebody's nonsense? How long are you going to let people keep playing with you? Erica Bellamy says true. Bellamy, I see you. Erica, Miss Bellamy in the house. How long would it take for you pull those out and say, you know what? I ain't dealing with them no more. I ain't going to let these people keep trying me. I don't care how long you knew them. I don't care if you say that's my bestie since first grade. That's your bestie, but she keep trying to sleep with every man you get. That's your bestie? That's your bestie, but she been in competition with you and she try to outshine you, even still to this day. You still saying that's your bestie? It sounds to me that somebody's got envy in their heart and you don't even see it. A lot of people you think is your friend, they envying you. In their mind, they wish they had your spot. They wish they could take your place. If you got things that they want, they wish they had. And it's hard for a person to be happy for somebody else. I don't know why. I don't know why it's so hard for somebody to be happy for somebody else. Because when you get your blessings, you want people to be happy for you. So how long does it take? How far does a person have to push you for you to cut their behind off? I don't care if you talking about, man, I was dating her since we were 17. Y'all 45 right now and still can't get along. She's still cheating and everything else. And you still talking about, I've been with her since 17. You better wake up. You better go get them scissors. Everybody ain't meant to be there for the long run, y'all. Sometimes you got to cut them off. Everybody ain't meant to be by your side. Everybody ain't meant to be in your circle. Everybody don't have your best interests at heart, folks. Always remember that. Whether it's friendship or lovers. You might think you found the love of your life, but this person ain't doing nothing but using you, taking advantage of you, and you so blind that you can't see it. They sucking the life out of you, and then when you lose everything, they will leave you high and dry. Because your nose was so wide open, and you were so goo goo gaga for this person that you lost your train of thoughts. It got to come a point in time where you got to wake up. When the truth slaps you in the face, you better open your eyes. When the truth slap you over the head, you better pay attention. People will show you who they really are. They will show you their true colors. Some people you got to cut off. Everybody can't stay around. Even the ones that was there in the beginning. As you get older, you start growing apart. You don't think the same. You don't act the same. Everybody goes their separate ways sometimes. Sometimes you stay friends. A lot of times, a lot of people just go by the wayside. You don't know where they went at until you run into them on social media somewhere. Because everybody got their own life to live. Make sure you live in your life and living a life how you want it. Not living for other people, but living for yourself. Because at the end of the day, it's your life. How far does a person have to push you for you to say, I can't deal with this no more? How long will you be somebody's fool? You really think they're your friend? Hey, this thing don't shut off. Okay, I'm back on, y'all. The scream had kicked me out, but I'm back on. Well, we right back where we was at. What is your breaking point? How much is you gonna let somebody play with you? How much you gonna put up with until you cut that person off? I don't care how long you knew them. I don't care how close you think they is to you. If they don't mean you no good, and they keep showing you they shady, then what is it gonna take for you not to deal with that person? Do they have to physically harm you? Do they have to do something to your child for you to cut them off and say, I ain't dealing with you no more? We ain't got nothing to say to each other. We ain't got nothing to talk about. What is your breaking point? It's tonight's topic. Everybody has a breaking point. How far does somebody have to push you for you to say, I'm not dealing with you no more? Whether it's your lover or a friend or a coworker. Could be anybody. Somebody that you do business with. You might be in a partnership with them with your business, but they're not keeping up with their end. It might have come a point where you just got to separate and go your own way. Everybody ain't meant to ride on your train. What's for you, it's for you. Everybody ain't meant. The bad seeds will find its way out of there. Y'all understand what I'm telling you? But everybody has to come to a point where you can't allow people to keep playing with your emotions, not thinking about your feelings. You have to look out for you, even if that means walking away from a certain person, not dealing with them anymore. No having no contact, no nothing. I just pray for you and wish you the best. Everybody keep their distance. It's some people you have to do like that. Because if you keep them around, they're going to continue to bring that negative energy around you and try to suck your happiness, try to steal your joy. So it got to come a point in time where you're going to have to separate yourself. It's going to come a point in time where you're going to have to look out for you. Everybody can't be there in your life every step of the way. Certain things people ain't going to be around to see. They got to look from a distance. You got to give them some binoculars for them to see it. Don't give them a bird's eye view. A lot of times those people are our enemies. They don't have your best interest at heart. They really don't have your back. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you tonight? Because we all get to a point where we get to that breaking point where you say, I'm not dealing with this no more. You got to put your foot down and take a stand. Don't continue to let somebody use you and make you out to be a fool. You weren't put on this earth to be nobody's fool. You're a child of God. Understand that. Live your life. Stay positive. Remove that toxic and negative energy away from you. You don't want that. You don't want that in your life, folks. You want to see good days. You don't want to wake up always stressing. Every day is always something. Some people will keep you in some mess. So you got to separate from that. Some people will trick you off the streets. Mess around and you'll lose everything you got by somebody else. So certain people, you have to cut them off. What is it going to take for you to open your eyes and say, hey, I can't do this no more. I can't be around this person no more. I see how they is. I see how they operate. These people are not for me. They're against me. They want to see me down. What is your breaking point for you reaching that point where you have to open your eyes and see the truth? Because it got to come a point in time, if they ain't meaning your life no good, you got to walk away and cut them off. They're not bringing nothing positive your way. You have to cut them off. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? That's tonight's topic. That's tonight's message. Everybody reach their breaking point. Don't continue to be nobody's fool. Don't continue to let somebody stomp on your heart. Play with your emotions. Play with your mind. Take charge and take control of your life. You have a life to live until you die. And this ride one day must end. So understand how life works, folks. Take the good with the bad. Try to survive out here. And remember, everybody ain't your friend. Some people you don't have to cut them off. Some people from back in the days, they can't be here right now. Somebody you might have met last month, you see too much fishy stuff. They too swishy. Now cut them off. Don't get all this negative energy around you in your life. It don't work out good. You're going to get caught up in the crossfire. You're going to get crossed up in the drama. Do y'all understand what I'm telling you? Look out for yourself. Make sure that the people around you is solid. Make sure they got real, genuine love for you and got your back. You can depend on them when times get rough. They're the ones you allow to stay around because they're good, genuine people. But everybody is not like that. Everybody don't stand on business. Some people will front and pretend that they're your friend just to get close to you, find out all your business, and then cross you. So never be afraid to cut something off or someone off if they're not going to bring nothing positive in your life. But I appreciate y'all checking in tonight's podcast show, man. We had another great podcast, all positivity. Make sure y'all put in y'all orders right now, 30% off on my official merchandise, reality music entertainment merchandise. Go to teespring.com/reality creator. We got hoodies, fitted caps, beanies, you name it, we got it. Official t-shirts. Go ahead and put your order in. The Foolish Show merchandise, you can get you a Foolish Show hat and t-shirt and a hoodie right now. So check out our merchandise, y'all. teespring.com/reality creator. I appreciate y'all, man. Hope y'all have a safe night. I'll see y'all next time. We're going to talk that talk. We're going to walk that walk. One love, everybody.